had just gotten out of the Marine Corps, and I was just spending time here with family before I went back east to go to school, and they were giving the test. And my friend was taking it, and I was sitting with him and his father, and he said, his father said to me, "You should take the test too." And I thought, why would I do that? And I said, this is a good one. I said, well, firefighters is a man's job. And he looked at me and he said, "You just got out of the Marine Corps. Are you kidding?" I went, "All right, you're right." So I took the test, and as things unfolded and I passed the test to some degree, where they started recruiting us to do a lot of the physical portion of it. I started talking to a lot of the firefighters who were there to assist us, and I got more and more excited about the job. It was more about helping people, being a part of something bigger than, which was in line with why I joined the Marine Corps. It was like serving my country, being part of something that was bigger than just me and my community, and feeling that whatever efforts I was making was something that would be for the greater good, I guess, for a lack of a better word. And as meeting all the people and how wonderful they are and how supportive everybody was and how excited a lot of the other people that were trying to get into the fire department were too. I mean, I felt right at home, felt like this was the job for me. And and every day that I would go to work, it was amazing. It was a great experience to feel like you were always there to make a difference. You were called out for people's chaos or emergency, and being there, just to see people just so relieved to see you, you felt like you made a difference in somebody's lives. And whatever we did, we always made the situation better. And that is something that I felt always really proud of, to go into work every day. And it was an amazing experience. And, and over time, it was more not really understanding all the things that you see and how that impacts you. This is what I've learned over the last year and a half. Coming back from Las Vegas, I didn't understand what was happening to me and how emotional I was becoming. I was really a person that cried very often in front of people, and I found myself really kind of struggling and trying to understand what was happening to me. And our department has a stress committee, but we're very limited. Traditionally, our department we're fine. We got this. We don't, we always felt like we were wanted to be perceived as strong, and we were here to fix things, not be broken. And so that was truly one of the things that surprised me in a lot of ways. You don't need help. You're here to help us, and to maintain that image of strength also amongst each other. We didn't want to appear weak and needing assistance. I can pull my own weight. I can take care of myself. And it's sort of a physical presence. And unfortunately, that sort of filters into your psyche as well. I'm always coming in being a female, and I'm not, extremely big. I always felt like I had to prove myself and be strong and, be able to handle things and show myself to be strong. And it's always going to be that. And so, and one of the things you learn is being vulnerable is also very powerful as well, is recognizing the human side of things and being human. And, being on medical calls when people are injured or suffering, there's a lot of humanity there, and we show that and we open ourselves to that. But that also, we also feel like we have to close in and to protect ourselves once we leave the call, because of how emotionally impactful some event would be, whether it be with a child or seeing a human in a condition that you wouldn't normally see a person. And feeling, if you identify with that, you can feel their struggle, and that would be difficult to overcome and still maintain your power to be able to help people. So there's an incentive to stay strong, an incentive to believe, that myth of like, I got this. You don't worry about it. When I'm here to help you. A lot of it too is believing that you have to. If you're taking on this role of I'm here to help you, or I'm here to make things better for you, or that is my role, you want somebody to, when they see you, they want to see that you've got this, that you're strong, that you put forth that I can help you. It's really important, because when you're in trouble, you want somebody to come at you like, I got this, don't worry. Because the last thing you want is somebody to go, oh my God, what's happening to you? I mean, because then that furthers the panic. And so we don't have the ability, it's not really something, I mean, it's all encompassing as far as for our culture. It's our department. When we work alongside each other, we want to make sure that, we believe that we've got this. And I have your back. We trust each other, and we trust each other to know what we're doing. We trust each other to know that we'll be able to work together, confidently, to make whatever situation is better. You have to believe that, and the public has to believe that. And we're constantly, I mean, we want you to believe that. We want you to trust me. When we come into we're coming into your home, you're asking us to help you. You want to know that we are trained, and we know what we're doing, and we're confident, and we're able. And so when we're struggling emotionally, that it's important for us to maintain our mental health as well, because I can't help, like they say all the time, I can't help you if I'm struggling. I can't, put your mask on first before you help somebody else, when they're on a plane or any of that. Even with my kids, I want to help them. I want to help them grow emotionally and physically. But if I'm not taking care of myself, I have nothing left to give. When I first came in the firehouse, the most coolest thing was, doing meals together. We prepped meals together. We teased each other if you didn't help, if you were sitting down while everybody else was working. And I remember this from the Marine Corps. If somebody's working, you're working. If there's something to be done and you're sitting down, that wouldn't stand. And that was, I felt at home with that, because I'd already been in that service already. And it made sense to me, because we're all in this together. We're helping each other. And it sort of builds its own sense of support without really acknowledging it or speaking on it. And you really don't have the luxury of pausing and saying, am I okay? Because people's lives are at stake. I can't go into a fire and see somebody injured, or somebody that I'm rescuing that looks like somebody I know, and all of a sudden I'm emotionally like, oh my God, this could be my mom, this could be my sister, this could be my friend. You don't have the luxury of checking in with yourself emotionally. As my friend who was killed in Las Vegas was married to a police officer, they have more of a structure for having a mental health support. And so he reached out to their stress unit, and they folded us in as part of a family, and gave us their psychologists that are on call. I believe they have them on staff as part of their stress debriefing and critical stress debriefing, which is foreign to me. I wasn't clear on that. But the biggest piece of that, when I realized that something was happening to me and that there is something in place, was when I was in Las Vegas. I was with one of their crew, Las Vegas rescue team, and I offered my assistance, and so I used one of their phones to call my husband and tell him that I'm in Rescue 5. So if you see me on site, or if you see them, that's where I'll be, because he was still actually on scene. And so when they got their critical stress debriefing from the International Association of Firefighters, their team reached out to me, calling on the phone number that they were given, which I thought was amazing, because they were going through their own things. They responded to this. This was their home, and they remembered that I was there, and they said, you need to reach out to her. She may need some help. But I remember it was after a shooting of a 2-year-old girl, and they came in and to check on us. There was a couple of older firefighters, and they said, well, we're going to talk if anybody needs to talk to us, or if there's anything going on. I still think that not really understanding what was happening or what could possibly be happening with how I was processing that, I said, I'm good, and moved on. But I can still close my eyes and picture her. And when I talk about it, I still get sort of choked up because it represented to me, she was riding around with her dad, and there was a drive-by shooting and she was the only victim. And she was perfect. She was beautiful, and all she had was a little and that was over 20 years ago. And I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of trauma recovery. I understand where things, how things impact me, but somebody else has another story similar, or seen something, or was impacted by what they saw. And it's okay to cry.
Part 2 of our interview with San Francisco firefighters Mark and Janice Hayes can be found on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the Bay Area Mental Health Hour today. If you're in a crisis and need immediate attention, dial 911 or call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. Or call Safe Call Now, a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week first responder helpline at 1-206-459-3020. Your support of the Bay Area Mental Health Hour makes it possible to produce news like this. Thank you.